So you've got your Squarespace site all ready to publish. How do you take it live to the world? Here's my Chuck Wagon template for restaurants and food trucks. And if I go down here to settings, to site availability, I haven't paid yet, so I can't publish it. You can take it password protected if you want to be able to share it with people for feedback. But when you're ready to upgrade, you got to go here to billing, subscriptions, website, subscribe. Choose your plan, annual and monthly, and you see the Circle member discount because I originated this plan. I'm a Squarespace Circle member, so any Squarespace site that I create when it's activated gets a 20% discount on the first year. Squarespace is also always running promotions and deals. You can check their main website for that. I've got a link to that in the description. So once you've paid for it, then you'll be able to take it all the way public. You click public, you click save, and just like that, your site is public. Now that's the bare minimum for taking your site live. The reality is if you want your site to actually show up on Google and other things like that sooner rather than later, there's a few more steps you need to do. And I detail them in my free Squarespace build checklist that you can find on my website, strongsites.co. So for those of you who are interested in checking all the boxes, I'm going to take you through those. Those of us of a certain age remember a Kevin Costner movie, which included the iconic line, "If you build it, they will come." Maybe that was once true of the internet. If it was, barely at all. It's no longer true. You have to have a plan. You have to have a plan for getting people to your website. Part of that plan should include optimizing it as much as possible for search engines. And so I've got a whole section in my checklist on how to optimize your site for search engines, aka SEO. But right here are the things I really want you to do. You don't have to do, but I strongly recommend you do after you click public and save and take your site live to the world. You need to verify it with Google Search Console, ask Google to index it, give it your sitemap, and bonus points, Bing Webmaster Tools and Google Analytics. So once you've taken your site live, you go over here to Analytics and you click on Search Keywords and it'll say Connect. You hit this button, it'll ask you to choose your Google account and you connect it to the Squarespace Analytics console and it'll automatically do a few things. So let me take you over to a site that already has this connected. It has some data pulled in. So this is a bike shop website, bike rental shop website that I built. And if you look here, you'll see it pulls in the data so they can see running your Squarespace dashboard what search terms are leading people to your sites, clicks, impressions, all the basic stuff. And then you can go to Google Search Console and in your drop down you will see the URL, the domain of your website that you just connected. And what I want you to do is go down into sitemaps and add sitemap.xml and click submit. Now you can see I've already done that. But what that does, that is the default location of a Squarespace sitemap, and that submits your whole sitemap to Google, and that will crawl it in time. If you want to, you can manually enter any URL from your website into the top bar to inspect it, and it'll tell you whether Google has crawled it or not. And whether they have or not, you can request a priority indexing for that page. You can do that for every one of your pages if you want. If you add your sitemap, they will crawl it eventually. And you'll be able to come in here to see things. That's what the success message looks like. And then, sometime soon, Google will index it. So that's Google Search Console. If you really want to get more detailed analytics, so you go to Settings, Developer Tools, External API Keys. When you create a new analytics property, Google Analytics, which is beyond the scope of this video, but there's other videos where you can figure that out. It'll give you a measurement ID. All you have to do is copy that ID and come over here to Squarespace and paste it in. Now, I've already put that in, so it's already sending. Then you go back to Google Search Console. And as long as you created the Google Analytics ID with the same Google account that you logged into Google Search Console, you can do something really cool here, which is you go into Settings, you go into Associations, and you associate the Google Analytics property with Search Console. That links them together, and that lets them sort of share data. So Analytics can share the analytics on your site with Search Console, which has the data about how people get to your site when they're getting to your site via Google. And what you end up with is this really useful monthly email from Google that shows you your site traffic, engagement time, most popular pages, all this kind of stuff. I'm not going to get into Bing Webmaster Tools because if you have added it into Google Search Console, Bing has an option where with just a couple clicks, you can import a verified site from Google Search Console into Bing Webmaster Tools. Obviously, its search market share isn't as big as Google, but it's closely allied with ChatGPT, which more and more people are using. And I don't think you should sleep on it. Last but not least, send your site to people. If you have an email list, send it out. Hey, we have a new website. If you got a text messaging app, send it out. If you've got socials, make sure it is the URL link of all of your social profiles. That's another authority signal, actually, that Google and other search engines use. Put it everywhere. Make it easy to find, easy to get to. And best of luck to you. Just a reminder, if all this is overwhelming to keep track of, I've got a free checklist on my website, strongsites.co, that you can download. And a reminder about the discount. Templates through my shop or through working with me directly get 20% off through my Squarespace Circle status. Yeah, I hope this was helpful. If so, you know what to do.